Now it's time for lefties losing it, starting with what apparently is the hardest question of our time to answer. What is a woman? So let's ask these self-proclaimed feminists. I mean, surely they must know the answer, right?
A woman is, they can be femme, they can have a penis, they can have a vagina.
And what is a woman? Well, they're gonna have hormone replacements. I would say your hormones are probably what make you a woman for the most part. You can be born a woman, but you know. What is a woman?
A woman is a powerful, strong, we're all together for each other.
What is a woman to you all?
Someone that identifies as a woman.
What is a woman?
That's a question.
What is a woman?
A woman is anyone who identifies as a woman.
Oh dear. Only the left would protest women's rights and have a complete brain fart when asked what is a woman. It just never gets old, does it? Actually, I don't ever think it'll stop being hilarious. Now to this insufferable leftie and her bizarre take on resistance.
Black healing is resistance. Indigenous healing is resistance. Trans healing is resistance. Have the audacity to heal yourself. When you heal yourself, you heal your lineage and your ancestors. Have the audacity to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, it is a you to every oppressor that would have you drown in your self-hatred.
How was the pause at the end there? Good grief. Now to the tiresome twits who still cannot seem to grasp that Donald Trump won the election. Thousands have marched against the incoming president in Washington, D.C. And a warning, this next clip features lefties who, well, are exactly how you probably imagined.
I'm personally here because I had a mental breakdown after Donald Trump won.
It's devastation. It's absolute, complete devastation to people's mental, emotional, physical, and psychological health. People are dying as a result of Trump being elected. There are people dying by suicide because they don't want to live in a country where their rights are not respected and them as people are not seen as people, but rather than objects of that should be eliminated.
And you can really pinpoint the exact moment there, can't you, when she realises that she's actually got no idea what she's trying to say. But look, we'll give the other lefties a go. Surely there's others in the crowd with some common sense, right?
It's a downward mental impact. It's not good.
My biggest worry right now, honestly, as a mother of a trans kid, I really worry about their rights. Like my sign says, our own Constitution only says all men are created equal, and I really wish that would change for the whole country.
No, look, there's got to be other reasons, surely. I mean, the majority of the country voted not for the woke, but for important issues like cost of living, right?
I literally broke down in tears and several of my friends cried as well. It's scary. I mean, a lot of my friends are nurses and we are scared for our future. I think that the people that are in support of it are probably in support of it for the wrong reason. They want cheaper eggs and gas and milk.
Yeah, cheaper groceries. Nah, no biggie, cost of living. Who cares? I mean, I'm sure all of the American Trump voters will take advice from someone dressed in a Handmaid's Tales uniform and a mask there. It was a cute touch, that mask. Really love it. But now we are really heading into bonkers territory with this next lefty.
Illegal immigration is a farce.
What do you call it? What do you call it? Undocumented?
Government. It's an imaginary line.
I dare you to cross the Canada-United States line.
White man. How dare you? How dare you?
That was kind of racist.
I'm a privileged white man too. But you know what I'm doing?
You just called me a privileged white man.
You cannot be racist to white people because white people are the dominant race in this country. Full stop.
You were calling me privileged when you don't know anything about me. I could have grown up in Section 8 housing.
This is privilege.
Okay, all right.
Tell me this. Privilege.
Why are the left so self-loathing, riddled with guilt, absolutely tying themselves in knots of confusion? And even the white liberal Karens seem to confuse themselves as well.
So what does that mean, white supremacy is terrorism?
Have people been terrorized by white supremacists?
Do you notice that almost everyone here is white?
White started it, white got to fix it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I'm glad we clarified that. Good one. Thank you. Now to peak lefty Don Lemon, you know, the former CNN host, the one that was sacked. Well, he's back posting illogical rants and on a downward spiral, this time suggesting that moving Trump's inauguration indoors was not due to the cold.
I'm not sure it's the cold. I think maybe it's that you're afraid of the crowd sizes and that hotels are still available and that a lot of people, as many people as, showed up for, Barack Obama or Joe Biden or whatever, won't be showing up for your inauguration. I think it's the crowd sizes. That number is more important than the temperature number.
You keep telling yourself that, Donnie. If it helps you sleep better at night, all the best to you. Now to New York, where I'm sure the locals would hope for a crackdown on crime and violence and other issues. So how is New York Governor Kathy Hochul spending hard-earned taxpayer dollars? I mean, surely it's on fixing things and improving the lives of those in the city, right?
I got my suit and tie. I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. And you got fixed up to the nines. Let me show you a good thing.
No, how naive of me. No, it's going towards jazz hands and an audition for Broadway. Good to see. Now, what will the bitter banshees of The View do once Joe Biden is gone?
So I miss him already. I miss him. He's a good person. You know, he spent the last 50 years caring about the country. This other one spent 50 years scamming everybody, and trying to stay out of jail. You know who I'm talking about. I really miss Biden. I feel like we were safe. Like, I didn't have to worry. Was everything going to blow up? I could live my life while he was there. Now, every day I wake up and I worry, what is this guy going to do next?
Poor Joy. She must be one of the only people who feel safe with this man. A very safe, stable, coherent President of the United States. And it looks like the Trump effect is in full swing now. SNL are taking on the lunatics over at MSNBC.
Hello and welcome to MSNBC. I'm Rachel Maddow. And dads, you better hide your older bookish lesbian daughters because, I'm back on TV. Tonight for our special inauguration weekend coverage, I'm joined by our panel of MSNBC hosts, basically like the Avengers for your aunt. It's Ari Melber.
Thanks, Rachel.
Joy Reid.
Glad to be here.
Stephanie Rule.
Hey, girlfriend.
And finally, Chris Hayes, a.k.a. Woke Sheldon.
Okay, drag me, mama.
Joining me now for more Lefties Losing It content is comedian and host of Prime Time with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex Stein himself, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Look, let's start with this SNL MSNBC skit. I don't give a lot of credit to SNL because of their sheer obsession with the Democrats during the election, but good to see them roasting the right people for once. What do you think?
No, I love it. And I think they're actually realizing now that Donald Trump won that half the country wants to make fun of all these weirdos that try to spread real misinformation. I mean, you just played the clip of Don Lemon saying that Donald Trump's not having his inauguration outside because of crowd size. Like, they are the ones, MSNBC, CNN, they are the leaders in misinformation and disinformation. So I'm so happy that SNL is finally calling them out. This is it's just a beautiful thing to see happen, and I couldn't be happier at the moment.
Oh, look, same. It's about time MSNBC got what is coming to them because they are all an absolute disgrace on that network. Now, Alex, the YMCA, gee, it's in full swing, isn't it, ahead of Trump's inauguration? Have a look at the flight going into Washington, D.C. Packed full of fans. Have a look. I want to be on that flight, let me tell you. But this was a particularly iconic moment where the Village people joined Donald Trump on stage at a victory rally ahead of being sworn in.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Fun to stay at the YMCA.
Oh, that iconic dance, Alex. We love to see it.
Well, you know, Joe Biden could never do that. I mean, let's just be real. If Joe Biden had to get on stage and dance for 5 seconds, he could not do it without a wheelchair or, you know, Jill Biden basically moving his arms like a puppet. So, no, this is a sight for sore eyes. I'm so happy to have Donald Trump back, and especially what happened in 2020. Like, now our country can actually heal. Our country and our prices can finally get back to a place where we can afford groceries, we can afford to fill up our gas tank. So I think our country is really finally heading in the right direction. But Lord knows what's coming up on the horizon, though. You know, there's going to be lots of crazy stuff that happens in D.C. to try to stop Donald Trump from having the most successful presidency that he can have.
Oh, look, there's no doubt. And I've got to say, I mean, the left are already falling over themselves as this inauguration approaches. I've got to show you this new report which says that some Americans are dreading Trump's return to office and experiencing increased anxiety. And they've been given 11 science-backed activities to try and cope with their sense of hopelessness, would you believe? That includes exercising, doing a creative activity, and my favourite, group crying. In fact, I think we've got a sneak peek. I don't know, Alex. I don't know. Is that going to help? A bit of group crying, throwing sticks around. Is that going to do it?
Yeah, that's going to fix it. But I'm surprised that they haven't marketed a Donald Trump vaccine yet. And I think all of these women, they would sign up and get it as soon as possible if they could get a vaccine that would keep them safe from Donald Trump. So I don't know. I don't know why these women are so afraid of Donald Trump. I guess they're worried that they can't get an abortion. I really don't know what they're afraid of. You just saw that clip. They're afraid of the eggs being cheaper at the grocery store. It's ludicrous.
Oh, they're just ridiculous, honestly. Like, they need to just get with the times, move on. The world has changed. It's time to move forward. Let go, please let go. Now, we were talking earlier about Joe Biden, and we know that the Democrats and the left-wing media covered up his status as a potato for so many years. But now we learn that the president allegedly used teleprompters for small fundraisers hosted at private homes. The New York Times said that the president's inner circle had Mr. Biden use a teleprompter for even small fundraisers in private homes, alarming donors who were asked to provide questions beforehand. Meanwhile, it's also been revealed that the president had no clue whether or not he signed a critical executive order to freeze new liquid natural gas export permits. He apparently had no idea and no clue what he actually signed, Alex. And again, his inner circle knew all of this, and they continued to allow him to be the leader of the free world.
Yeah, I mean, Danica, it's not funny. And if you look at some of the people that Joe Biden pardoned, he has no idea what he's doing. And that's been the case his whole entire presidency. So people just put stuff in front of him. I don't know if they rubber stamp it with his signature. I'm not sure, but I know that he does not know what he is authorizing and probably hasn't known for the majority of his presidency. So that's where we're at. We have a shadow president that is being puppeted by not just his wife, but by deep state actors that were not elected to be the president of the United States, but they are the ones that are actually calling the shots as if they were the president. So it's kind of scary, and I'm happy that Donald Trump is in there, a guy that is coherent, that knows what he's signing, knows what he's doing, knows who he's pardoning, and knows what's best for our country. So the times are changing fast, and that's exactly what we need.
Well, absolutely. You can't have the leader of the free world signing off on important documents, but actually having no idea what they're signing. I mean, is this really where it got to? It's just worse than we could have ever have anticipated. Now, let's talk about TikTok. It said it was in the process of restoring operations over in the US after Donald Trump promised to issue an executive order to extend TikTok operations on Inauguration Day. This is what he said.
As of today, TikTok is back. I said, I'll approve, but let the United States of America own 50% of TikTok. I'm approving on behalf of the United States. So whether you like TikTok or not, we're going to make a lot of money.
So, Alex, it was banned, but that lasted a whole of 24 hours. Why do you think Donald Trump is saying, no, here we go, reopen TikTok again?
Because Donald Trump knows what the American people want. And you saw the videos of people freaking out now that their TikTok account is closed. I mean, this is a lot of people's jobs now with this new digital media era where you can just be an influencer. So Donald Trump realizes how important that people need to have TikTok. And yes, they have our information, but every social media company has our information. So Donald Trump knows what he's doing. And this is the other kind of sad thing is you don't see enough people giving credit to Donald Trump. They're trying to give credit to Joe Biden as if Joe Biden even knows what TikTok is. He has no clue in the entire world what TikTok is, what it does. So, you know, Donald Trump deserves credit for saving the app that's so important to so many Gen Z and young people in the world.
I agree. It's funding livelihoods. It's made careers out of people. I completely agree with you. I'm not supportive of a ban, a full stop. So good on Donald Trump. Now, look, billionaires are falling over themselves to kiss the ring with Donald Trump, the latest being Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. This is what he said.
Have you met with Donald Trump since the election?
Yeah, I had a chance to go have a long and actually quite intriguing dinner with him.
What did you discuss? What was intriguing?
Well, we touched on a lot of things. It was over 3 hours. I felt like he was, energized and, looking forward to helping to drive innovation. I was frankly impressed with how well he showed a lot of interest in the issues I brought up.
Alex, Bill Gates was a big Kamala Harris donor. What do you think's changed here with a lot of these billionaires?
Well, when it comes to Bill Gates, he sees that RFK Jr. has a great, chance of being the HHS, director. So he's very scared that he might get exposed for maybe some of the vaccine practices that he did. Not saying whether they're safe or not, but I guess he doesn't want a magnifying glass looking into some of his actions, not just in America, but in other countries. So he's probably scared, and he realizes that he needs to buddy up with Donald Trump. And Bill Gates is a smart guy. He's a great businessman. I think that he will do what's best for not just himself, but for his company, for everything that he's created. So he's going to be friends with Donald Trump. There's no point in making Donald Trump an enemy. That just would be the dumbest move if I was a billionaire right now.
Good point. It would be a very, very dumb move. Now, look, you can always count on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to provide a daily dose of tragic. And here she is on the verge of tears, apparently, claiming America is on the eve of fascism.
We are on the eve of an authoritarian administration. This is what 21st century fascism is starting to look like.
Oh, Alex, how predictable is this woman?
Oh, I mean, you can see it from a mile away. Even if she wanted to say anything complimentary of Donald Trump, she just couldn't. Her constituents wouldn't let her. So, let's just be real. AOC is not that afraid of Donald Trump. She's from New York. Donald Trump has had a presence in New York for a long time. So, let's just be real. She probably has to do this to try to put on a front for all of her supporters. I think that she's actually excited that Donald Trump is in there because now she kind of has a villain to go after. When the country is failing under Joe Biden, she had to protect Joe Biden. Now that Donald Trump is in office, she can have an enemy and a target to go after. So this actually helps not just AOC, but also MSNBC, CNN. They have a villain that they can finally talk about instead of trying to protect our president that was just a puppet for the last 4 years.
Yeah, well, it must have been exhausting for the last 4 years trying to protect a potato of sorts. Now, Donald Trump launched a new meme coin, sparking a buying frenzy that saw this token skyrocket over 300% within hours. Buyers rushed to snap up this limited supply of Trump cryptocurrency. Alex G, what a world we live in when the next president of the United States has launched his own crypto.
Yeah, I'm sick that I missed out on it. They launched it in the middle of the night. Now all these people made millions of dollars, and I'm just sitting over here, broke as a joke. I wanted some of that Donald Trump coin, so I wish I would have known. A lot of people got rich, and I think a lot of people are going to continue to get rich. But you look at Elon Musk has the Dogecoin. These people realize that, hey, this is a marketable thing. This is a profitable thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump doesn't come out with even more of these type of, crypto meme coins.
I know, Alex, we both missed out. What on earth are we? What are we doing? We're way too behind the eight ball. We should have been in there. Alex Stein, always nice to catch up. Thank you very much for joining me on the show this evening.